What's up, everybody? Jordan Stewart here from Vover. Thanks so much for tapping into the Vover original show. Just a reminder that if you want to drop your opinions about the episode or respond to the host and guests with your voice, go and download the Vover app wherever you get your apps. Vover, voice over everything. Enjoyed the show.
Welcome everyone to Charting It Up, powered by SlabStox. I'm Nate, and today I am covering basketball. And I know we've talked a lot about Giannis in the last couple weeks, and yet we're here to talk about Giannis again because Giannis is a champion. And because Giannis is a champion, I too sort of feel like a champion. And it is the most amazing feeling in the world. Before we get into the card here, let me pepper you with some Giannis stats that I think are important. And these are all from tweets. Giannis, the first player since Bob Pettit to score 50 points in a game-clinching finals series. Giannis scored 47.6% of the Bucks' points on Tuesday in Game 6 of the finals, the fourth highest amount of points scored in a finals game. The only two other players to score higher, Michael Jordan and Elgin Baylor. Giannis is the first player with 50 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists in a playoff game, or 5 blocks in a playoff game since blocks were tracked in 1973-74. He's also the first player with a 40-10-5 with 5 blocks in any playoff game since Shaq. So the first since Shaq for 40-10-5, the first ever with a 50-10-5. Giannis scored 33 points in the second half of a finals game. The only other player to do that, Michael Jordan. Giannis, the 7th player in NBA history to score 50 points in a finals game. The last two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Giannis averaged 35.2 points per game, 13.2 rebounds, and 5 assists in the finals. The only other player in NBA history to average 35-10-5, LeBron James in 2015. Giannis is the 6th player in NBA history to have 3 40-point games in a single series. And this just isn't just the finals, it's just a single series in all NBA playoffs. And he's the 6th player to do that. Giannis had the highest game score for an NBA finals with 31.9 Basketball Reference game score. He had the highest game score at 31.9 in 2021. Shaquille O'Neal was second with 30.6 in 2000 when Shaq went with 3 straight finals where he was absolutely dominant. And Giannis is the only player in the last 50 seasons to have multiple 20-point quarters in the same series. So obviously, Giannis is amazing. But the thing that's most amazing about him in the last 12 months, and this is because of COVID, weird schedule, he has won an MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year, an All-Star Game MVP, a Finals MVP, and won the championship, all within the last 12 months. Giannis is truly, truly remarkable. He's only 26 years old. He figured things out. He figured things out in that series. He went at DeAndre Ayton. He went at Frank Kaminsky. He went at Torrey Craig. He went at whoever they lined up against him. And he was just like, I'm too big, I'm too fast, I'm too strong. I'm going to go down your throat and score on you. And that is what he did. It was magnificent to watch. He turned on another gear. He had one of the best finals games in the history of the finals. He had one of the best blocks in the history of the finals. He had one of the best alley-oops in the history of the finals. He had one of the best playoffs in the history of the playoffs. And so Giannis Antetokounmpo wrote his name in the history books. He is a Hall of Famer, 2-time MVP, 1-time Defensive Player of the Year, 1-time Most Improved Player of the Year, 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, multiple-time All-Defensive NBA, All-Star Game MVP, Finals MVP, and champion. He is 26 years old, and he is a champion, and he will go down in the history books as one of the best basketball players of all time. And because of that, we are looking at his Select Silver PSA 10, Rookie Silver PSA 10, and you can see here, there's not a ton of sale prices. We're at a 1-year time frame here, and we started at $18.46 and we jumped up to $33.50, and then we even went a little bit higher in February to $4,072, and then we would drop a little bit, And then before the finals, we were at 2,700. And then after the win, it jumped up to 3,077. So it jumped up $377, which, while it's not a high, it did jump significantly. And you can look at any of his other cards, and they all have jumped significantly because Giannis is a champion. He is a Hall of Famer. And for everyone that said he had no skills and no bag and nothing else, they're not scoring 50 points in the finals. Giannis is. So for whatever anybody wants to say, Giannis is an animal. Giannis is loyal. We love Giannis here in Milwaukee. I hope you guys love Giannis too. This is a win for all small market teams. Giannis is a champion, and his prices are rising. Now on to the baseball segment for Charting It Up. For our baseball segment today, we are talking about Luis Robert. So you will remember a couple weeks ago that we talked about Eloy Jimenez returning from injury, being forgotten about, returning from injury, and going up in price. And we said, who's the next guy? Who is the next guy that this could happen to? And I said Luis Robert. Naturally, he's on the White Sox. He's a really good player, yada, yada, yada. Well, if you look at this 3-month time span, you'll notice that there is a drop. So we're on April 27th, 2021. That nice large dip at the very beginning, or point at the very beginning, is $135. And then you'll notice it just drops and drops and drops and drops and drops. And then a couple weeks ago when we did the podcast, it was around $60, $70. And then you'll notice on the 21st, there was a nice little jump up to $94.17 on 3 sales. And that is because news came out that Luis Robert was coming back from injury and doing a rehab assignment. And sure enough, like we predicted a couple weeks ago, these prices have risen by almost $30 a card, maybe a little bit less, at least $20 a card here. And that is good profits if you're buying in. If you bought in for $90, you're paying, $9 on your eBay fees, plus another 2.5%. But if you bought in, you're making money. You're making money. It was easy money. You could have bought the day before, bought for $66, and then sold 3 days later for $94. That's easy money. You don't have to hold on to the card. You could get the card in and send it out like same day you got it in. That's incredible. That's easy money. And this is something you can do with everyone. Can you do it with Ronald Acuna? I don't know. He's a really big name, just like Mike Trout's a big name. But maybe. But there's always going to be guys that you just long-term, 3 to 5 month injuries. Just wait, buy in when they are forgotten about, largely a month, 2 months after their injury, and then sit on it, and you'll be ready for selling when he comes back. And we've seen it with Eloy, and now we've seen it with Luis Robert, and we are going to see it again and again and again and again until the end of time, because people are predictable, and you can predictably make 20% off of this. You're not making huge money, but you are making money. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this Baseball Charting It Up segment, and we are on to Aaron for the soccer segment.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Charting It Up soccer episode powered by SlabStox. My name is Aaron, your host, and today we are looking at the Kaboom set. Now, if you follow Gary Vee, he's been talking about Kabooms for a bit, but if you follow cards, you all know that Kabooms have been around for much longer than Gary Vee's been talking about them. Not to fault him at all, just that Kabooms have been around since 2013 in the innovation product for basketball. We've seen a lot of different Kaboom cards over the years, different releases in Excalibur, in their own set through Panini Rewards. There's just been a lot of different ways that they've been released, but particularly we are talking about the Lionel Messi Kabooms today. So first we're looking at the 2018 Messi Kaboom PSA 10. This one's in his Barcelona kit. This one was released online through Panini Rewards, and the PSA 10 recently sold for $11,800 in auction. That's on July 15th. Now, he did have a Kaboom before that 2018 one. It's a 2017 Select, and these are super tough pulls. A PSA 10 sold for $5,200 on July 1st. So to me, looking at these two cards, You could either get the 2018 Kaboom PSA 10 for over $11,000, or you could have bought the 2017 Kaboom PSA 10 pulled out of Select, not out of a reward set, pulled out of an actual set for $5,200. Now this Select one, he is in an Argentina kit. To me, that does not matter, especially because he just won his international trophy for the Copa America. I would way rather have the Pop 17 Kaboom PSA 10 in the Argentina kit. Now you don't even have to buy a PSA 10 because the last Raw that sold went for $1,800 on July 6th, Raw meaning non-graded card. I would definitely look into these Kabooms of either Messi, of Ronaldo. There's even an Mbappe from that 2018 Kaboom set. I'm a huge fan. I have a PSA 8 Mbappe myself. In my opinion, these Kabooms for soccer are some of the best cards out there to invest in. I think that the comic book style, the insert, the absolutely amazing aesthetics of these cards really bring in a full market to get demand on these things. Not to mention, they have Kabooms for basketball, for football. They even have made some baseball Kabooms recently. So there's going to be a lot of people that know about these. And when more people come to the soccer market, buy up more soccer, these will definitely be cards that they are targeting. Thank you all for listening to this week's Charting It Up podcast powered by SlabStox. And we will see you all next week.
Vover!